Hello, everybody, and have a great day. I welcome you to the Amazon Advertising Weekly Update. What do we have? I think it's number 8, right? Okay, awesome. And yeah, welcome you. And as you can see, I am in a different location. I'm at home, actually. You know, Corona is taking over, and yeah, of course, it's not always possible to go to the office. But hey, let's do this. I prepared something for this week's update. Yeah, not so much, but please let me know, where are you from? Yeah, thanks. It's number 8. Let me know, where are you from? I prepared some updates. Actually, I'm busy this week taking care of my kids, so it's not as long as you know it is usually, but I hope I can share some insights, and maybe some kids will join as well. I don't know what happens in the next 15 minutes. Let's see. But let's get right into it. If you have any questions, please drop a comment. I will, yeah, love to get right into it and answer this, or send me a PM. This is also possible, of course. And yeah, I think we can go right into it. So let me check if I have everything set up correctly. Yes, yeah, you should see my screen now. Awesome. So let me set up here as well. So actually this week has been quiet. Well, because, or the past week has been quiet. There are not so many updates that we've seen, but there's just one I will talk about today. And actually this is big enough to fill a whole episode, and it is the Search Term Impression Share report, which has been released for sponsored products. And I will go through this update. I will explain what you can expect of it when you have it. It's pretty similar to the Search Term Impression Share report that has been released for sponsored brands yeah, in the end of last year, I think it was. And actually, I wanted to give you a huge walkthrough through both sponsored brands reports that has been released last year, but actually I had no time to do this, but I want to give you a short and quick update on this yeah, on this awesome new report that is available. So let's get right into it. What is it about? Well, actually, I shared this yesterday or the day before, and Christian Otto Kelm, thank you again, mentioned this to me and said, well, because I was just sharing some knowledge about the old report, which is still pretty new for sponsored brands as well. And he mentioned in a comment, well, actually, I see this report also for sponsored products. And I haven't seen this. So I digged through some accounts, and actually, I found it as well. And so what is it about? Well, the Impression Share report is now also available for sponsored products. Before this, it has only been available for sponsored brands. And the rollout seems to be ongoing. We see this in American accounts. We see this in the European accounts. So probably is a worldwide ongoing rollout. And so if you haven't seen that yet, maybe you will see it in a few days or weeks. First of all, it's still beta, so it's not final. You see this here in the highlighted box. It's still marked as beta, so the data might change, the columns might change, but you should still have a look at it, because it can gives you awesome new data. And Christian just shared a comment, apparently available in India for quite some time. That would be very interesting if it's actually available for some time now. I haven't seen this yet, and nobody mentioned it, or I haven't noticed it. Well, I'm not talking about the search term impression rank report for sponsored products, for sponsored brands, but for sponsored products. And this is pretty new from my understanding, but doesn't matter. It's still new for a lot of people out there. And now let's get right into it. What is it about? Well, actually, it contains two awesome metrics, which we will have a closer look at in the next minutes. The first thing is the impression share. So you download the spreadsheet, you open it, and you see two awesome metrics. It contains the impression share. The impression share shows you the share of all possible impressions of your ad on a specific day per search term. Okay, so you know, okay, how many impressions do I get for this search term in this particular campaign? And have I 50%, 100%, and so on and so on. So you get an understanding of what are my bids too low? Are they too? Could I increase this and get more traffic, or do I already get the maximum out of it? The impression rank actually is a second awesome metric. It gives you an understanding of if you are the advertiser who gets the most impression compared to the other advertisers. So it ranks your number of impressions compared to all other advertisers. So where do I lose impressions? Should I increase my bids to get more impressions? You get it all in this report, and we will have a closer look at it in a few seconds. So impression share, it helps you to understand, just to get this clear. It helps you to understand for which search term you currently lose ad traffic to your competitors as your share is below 100%. And let's have a closer look at this. The example use case here. So this is the example report. I downloaded it, and this is some fake data here, some fake customer search terms. But what you see when you open it are the two awesome columns here: the search term impression rank and the search term impression share. And you see for each day, or it depends on the format how you segment your data. But you see, for example, how your impression share is, and if this impression share is below 100%, you know, okay, I could increase my bids and get more impressions, right? If it's already on 100%, you could increase, but you won't get any more impressions out of it. So you can save your money. Actually, you won't pay more because it's a second price auction, but still, you know, it's a limit. It's a limit. You don't get any more impressions in this for the search term. So what could you do if now the impression share is below 100%? Well, okay, you can increase, of course, the bids, but when should you do this? Well, if you're below your target ACOS, if you could just have enough money to that you can invest in your searches. But well, actually, there's one case where you should have a closer look at this, because think of your branded search terms. Well, actually, we always talk about how you defend yourself against your competitors. Well, you run protection campaigns, to protect your brand. So you bid on your own brand and all this stuff. And actually, this impression share gives you an understanding of how much your competitors target your branded search term. So I'm talking about you only have one brand campaign here, right? So no other campaigns that take all the traffic and you split the available search terms into two campaigns, for example. But I'm talking about one campaign for branded searches here. So, and if here you have a share that is below 100% and you bid on your own brand and it's not 100%, you know, okay, why actually someone else is bidding on my own brand, and I could, actually I should increase my bids here, right? Because probably it's the the branded search terms are the best converting searches that you have out there. So you should actually increase this. But sometimes it can be quite expensive if your competitor has a lot of money. So you should still look at your ACOS, but in general, it gives you an understanding of, well, I bid like $3 or €3, and I'm only getting 50% of a standard bid that you set a month ago. And now you should check, okay, well, I'm not getting 100% of my impressions. Let's increase this here. And well, you should in this case, if you see this in the data. This is one use case, so to have a look at your branded search terms. The other is if you have a major keyword that is so important for you, that is strategic relevant of strategic relevance for you, where you want all of the impressions that are available on Amazon. Well, because you release a new product, you want to catch all the searches. To make sure you get this, you could just bid €10 and you think you get all the searches, but look at this report and you will actually see if you get all of them, and should then maybe further increase the bids. Well, this is possible. So it's pretty interesting. I was chatting with Christian Kelm about this report yesterday, and he found some inconsistencies. Oh, well, it's not plausible. The data is not always plausible. So I think he and me, we will both have a closer look at the data. But what I can say is this search term impression share report gives you the search term impression share for search term, obviously, for targeting, and also per campaign. So if you have multiple campaigns that target the same search term, of course, one campaign then won't get 100%, and the other campaigns then get 0%, but maybe it's 30, 40% if you have multiple brand campaigns. So be aware of this if you look at this report, right? Actually, Usman has a question where I want to, which I want to answer here right now. So he asks, oh, I can try out a new feature. I don't know, I can show this. Do you see this? Yes. Usman asks, hey, can you please explain the difference between impression share and impression rank? And what should be the ideal rank share? First of all, ideal rank share, there is no ideal rank share. It always depends on your calculation. So actually, you do your calculations and increase it and set the bids, and actually that's it. You have your conversion rate and your average order value, and then you set the bids, and that's it. And the search and impression share gives you an additional understanding of how much, well, potential there is. Maybe I can slightly increase my bids to get a lot more impressions, and maybe you already have a very high impression share. This gives you an understanding of, well, I could slightly decrease my bids and save a lot of money, because I'm already paying a lot of money to get a 100 or nearly 100% of coverage. Well, this is the one part of the question. So actually, there is no ideal rank or share. It totally depends on your strategy and your calculation. And the difference between search term impression rank and search term impression share, I will explain in more detail. The impression rank is not a position. It's a rank. Well, as I mentioned, you can put all your all advertisers out there have an impression share, and the rank is just the the rank is just the order of the advertisers. So the first position, the first rank, is the advertiser who has the most impressions. And actually, you can have an impression rank of 1, but only have 60% impression share or 70% of impression share. But you will always have the impression rank of 1 if you have at least 50% 01% of impression share, because then, of course, you had the majority of all the impressions. But an impression rank of 1 doesn't mean that you have the 100% impression share out there. So yeah, so actually it's not a position, it's a rank. And if strategy could be, well, I want to be the one that gets most of the impressions. And I don't care if I have impression share of 60 or 80, but I always want to be the one that gets the most impression out there. So, well, and then you look at the impression rank. For me, I will always have a closer look at the impression share, because it gives you more details. As you can see here, the impression rank is always 1, although the impression share is sometimes 100%, sometimes only slightly over 50%. And so if my impression share is just slightly, for a branded search term, slightly over 50%, then I would, of course, increase my bids. In general, of course, there are specific cases where it doesn't make sense, but yeah, I would actually have a closer look at the impression share. The impression rank is interesting, but actually the most important and interesting thing is the impression share, not the rank. Do you have any other questions? Then please, yeah, drop them here. I'm happy to answer them. And actually, that's it for now, I think. Yes. Another thing that I want to mention, this report is available for sponsored brands campaigns for some time now. Actually for, yeah, as I mentioned, it was released by the end of last year. So if you already have it, have a closer look at this. And if it get released to your sponsored products, for your sponsored products campaigns as well, look at this and analyze this. And because I think it's very interesting to get a feeling of how well your coverage is for specific search terms. Yes, so that's it for now. I don't know if you hear my kids. I hear them in the background. I will grab a lunch and then bring my kids to bed. I hope you have a great time and there were some interesting insights for you. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy and see you again next week, probably again from home office. And yeah, take care and goodbye.